Hi all, it's been a long time. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to post in the garden anyway for about a month. Just busy with other stuff, busy with work, visiting other people, family, shit happens. I'm probably going to be doing less of these and then more interviewing other people, because basically I'm pretty boring. They're quite interesting, so I think everything points to them. I meet some great and knowledgeable personalities while I'm out at these different events, so I want to try and maybe steer this whole channel towards interviewing other people and getting tips and ideas from them. In the meantime, I'll put a few out myself in the interim, but we'll see how it goes. Obviously, as you know, I've got mozzies and ants everywhere. I've got my gardeningdiary.co.uk channel. I've also now got my gardening news.co.uk, so if you want to keep up with any sort of gardening news, it's not the typical gardening news, as in it's not all the twee stuff. It's got a strong angle towards ecology, sustainability, that sort of thing, and maybe exposing a few things that we do just because we've done them for years, so we keep doing them, that we may have to look at changing. But for now, I've got some stuff to do in the garden, would you believe? I nearly killed this. This is my loyal chili plant. I chopped her all back during the winter. She came back this summer, but in this drought and this heat wave, I forgot about her, like I forget about a lot of things, and she drooped big time. So I put her outside 2 days ago, filled her up with water, and she's come back. And also over here in the background, I don't know if you can see it here, we've got a nice jasmine that's coming into flower, so I'm getting a bit of perfume off that actually as I'm doing this, which is really nice. Got a wild hollyhock that come up everywhere, which I quite like as well. And my, I don't know if you can see that, my curry plant has gone bonkers this year for some reason. It was about that high for about 10 years. And then suddenly, bang. But I did chop it back for the first time, and that stimulated growth. Buddleia, get everywhere. I'm gonna have to pull that one out because we've got a big one up in the garden anyway. Now, because it's been a while since I've posted, I did little clips over the last sort of month, 6 weeks, that I never completed. So I'm just going to throw them in here. So you may see me now, you may see me 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, you may see me 3 weeks ago. I just want to condense it all into one for this one, and then we'll start anew from there. She's always been a bit on the huh, as we say in Suffolk. So we're going to try and straighten her up a bit. Well, it's a bit hot out there, so we come into the mess of the garage. Shit everywhere, as usual. We always say one day I'm going to clear it out. One day I will. Got some compost from Woolpit Nurseries. I'm going to try and take her out of this one, put her in this one, and straighten her up at the same time. I'm not sure if this pot's going to be big enough to have her at such an angle, so I may have to look at another pot, I think a bigger one. We keep or we have kept some old sofas. When we've thrown the sofas away, I've always kept these cushions, because basically if I'm got any jobs on the roof or like this, where I need to kneel down on stone, it's quite handy. Again, it's probably rubbish we only use once a year, but it's quite satisfying when you can use something. So I've concluded that that isn't big enough. I've got some old pots here. I think that's probably the better size. And make sure you always reuse your plastic. Rather than just throwing it away. Buy your plants, pot them out, put them in the garden, whatever. Keep the pots, use them next season. So this is going to have to go at quite an angle. The root is going to have to go at quite an angle to get it straight. So I've got to somehow make that work. Poor thing, she's been through a lot. Right, probably put a bit too much compost in there to start, to try and get her straight. If I put an angle like that, I don't know why I'm obsessed with getting her straight, but she's a bit straighter there, I think. Yeah, that'll do. Give her a little bit of water. Settle her in. And a bit for the tumbling ted and geranium, so they don't feel left out. This bush is just humming with bees. There must be, I don't know, 8, 9 bees at this moment in time on this bush. It's phenomenal. I love it. think I overdid the tomatoes a bit again as well. They need some water again because of this heat wave. Got some sunflowers I've got to put in the garden as well. As you can see in the background over there, the overwintered Swiss chard and all that sort of stuff is shooting now. So I'll probably rip all that out and reseed. Unfortunately, the pak choy over there I left uncovered, and the pigeons stripped the lot. Pigeons around here are one of the worst offenders of anything. They've stripped our trees and bushes as well, bizarrely. We've got a lilac tree here that you can't see, hold on. There. That was stripped by the pigeons. Basically they land on the branches, break the branches because they're trying to get the leaves, and they just peck every leaf off and it dies. Well, it dies back anyway, it comes back next year, but it's just a shame because it's normally a really nice looking tree or shrub, but they just strip it. I've got one in the garden here, I'll show you. This one here is slowly coming back, but this was stripped as well. This small shoots that came out were pecked off, but it's shown a bit of resilience already, and it's coming back. But you can see even here, look, where they've stood here and just reached up and pecked. This poor little bugger was left behind. I potted up all the other seedlings, forgot about this one, other stuff happened, and it was bent over and wilted yesterday in that intense heat, but it's come back, so I'm going to pot it on. All these wild potatoes have got to come out. This is the compost, and every year they self-seed. So I'm going to see what harvest I've got anyway before just binning the lot. Take the heads off, dig up, see what harvest we've got, and then I've got some squash I want to put in here because last year we had them and they trailed up the Lilandii and literally right to the top, I think, and it was quite, it was nice to see it happen, but it did quite well as well. So I'm going to need some solid footwear to go in there, so there's a lot of spiky shit. Let's do it. So I've just dug out this fantastic fork. I think it's stainless steel, engineered stainless steel, solid as a rock. I'm not sure what the handle's made of, maybe a nylon or plastic, but it's solid. I got it on Facebook Marketplace. Someone was doing a clear out last winter. They laid their whole garden out. I don't know if someone had passed away or not, very unfortunate, but the whole shed was laid out on the lawn. There was umpteen gardening tools, there was drills and mechanical tools. There was some timber, some fantastic hardwood, like Dremel bits. There was some stainless steel sheets. There was everything. And I think I paid 90 for the whole lot, as long as I could take it away there and then. So Facebook Marketplace, good place to get stuff. I'm never going to get them all, but they'll be up again next year. In this heat, I think I'm done, and I'm getting bitten to hell because I'm standing barefoot in an ant nest. Not bad for self-seeded. Look at this, I'm literally dripping. So I'm just pulling over all the grass clippings, used as a mulch, roughly flatten the area out. And that'll be ready once I've another one. I'll damp all this down, soak it, so all this grass cutting area is then damp, and then I can plant through with the squash. You can see I've got a little hazel shoot there from our big tree. The squirrels plant them all over the garden, and although I pull 80% of them up, I do try and pot a few on. I've got a few in a pot I've just taken away from over here. So what I'll do, I'll dig this one out, put it up and bring it on. So thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, visit gardeningdiary.co.uk for sort of interviews and product videos, that sort of thing. Then we've got gardeningnews.co.uk for gardening news, which has got the sustainability angle to it. Please go visit, see what you think. Maybe leave some comments about them. It's really hot. The garden needs water, you need water, so don't be out in the sun too long. Try and promise yourself you'll get more water butts over the winter, so next year you won't run out of water. And we've got to jointly do as much as we can for the environment as we do our gardening. So do what makes you happy. We'll see you next time.